Obese people of Reddit, what does it feel to be obese? For me, it's been very frustrating. I'm always aware of the weight, because I can't fit in small spaces. When I go to scoot into a table I can feel my stomach bump it. My arms feel like they're just too, well, big. I'm not as aware of it in my legs. I can also feel it hanging on my face and my cheeks. I didn't used to be obese, so that's probably why I notice it daily. I feel heavy. I have less energy. I'm always tired. Put on some weight in the last few years. Honestly, the most annoying thing is difficulty putting on my shoes and bending over. That used to be simple. I've lost 72 pounds, with a lot more to go, and I never realized how tiring being overweight was for me before losing weight. I'm obese. I've been overweight for most of my life. I notice that getting out of bed and lifting myself up from a crouching position can be difficult at times. Aside from that, it's normal for me. Like being the huge elephant in the room, both figuratively and literally. You're fat. You take up a lot of space. You're also invisible, as most people don't even notice you. Source: I used to be 300 plus lbs. I was 290. Couldn't breathe upstairs. Play with my kid. I lost 91 lbs, took her Niagara Falls. We hiked, we played. Great times. 2 years in a size 10. I was back up to 255. I hurt all over and I'm depressed. I'm ugly. Hover between a size 14 over 16. I went down to 229 in February again, but gained it just back again to 245. My problems are food is delicious. Excuses are free. I have no support. I was doing great, but my husband brought my 2 pounds of C's chocolate for Valentine's Day. He thought it would make me happy. Well, it did. I've been thrilled ever since. I can't stop being thrilled. I have no control. I'm an addict. Some people get on meth or heroin. I'm stuck on Food and Jones for apple pie at 2 AM or Whataburger Dr. Pepper shakes 3 times a week. Frustrating and exhausting. You know you are obese, but after years of battling, you are exhausted from the fight and the next thing that is going to fail. Think of it like this. If your personal record for a deadlift is 350 lbs, load 600 and try lift it. If you move the bar, you are only bending the bar. That will snap back. This is the futility gets in your brain after every attempt to lose weight and the constant frustration of everything not working because many, not all, but many times it is between our ears. That is the problem. It's our demon. We fight it, but it wins a lot. Then you have the just crowd. Just quit eating. Just lower your portion size. Just get out and walk. Just quit snacking. Just do CrossFit, run, lipo, keto, sicko. Or people who ask, do you not understand how unhealthy this is? Medical research shows you will die soon in any of these 9,000 ways. Or then you have a crowd that eats like us and doesn't gain a pound for now and makes declarations from on high about how we need to quit making excuses and do what they do because they can eat anything and not lose a pound. Many are willing to lob wisdom grenades, but all too few are willing to come alongside and help. We are flapping our arms and desperately kicking in a sea of obesity information, advice, and solutions. We are drowning and everyone is on the dock coaching us on how to save ourselves. Pretty soon you are just too tired and you decide to quit trying. You are going to the bottom and your friends are tired of coaching and nothing happening, and they walk off the dock and leave you to your own devices. Yes, it is up to us. We know this. You can't lose weight for us. But I don't think people really understand how powerless you feel to fight it. No longer obese or overweight, but I was for most of my life. It's uncomfortable. The fat gets in the way, making it more difficult to move one's body in small movements such as bending over, twisting, or crossing legs. Large movements are more difficult as well, because of the amount of energy it takes to move the whole body. It's tiring. Sweat. Doing just about anything made me sweat. Not only is sweat itself uncomfortable, but it's also embarrassing to hold a conversation with someone with sweat and makeup pouring off your face and all you've done to earn that sweat is stand for more than a few minutes in air conditioning. Clothes have a few issues. Not only is it difficult to find clothes that fit right and are more flattering for your particular fat distribution, but plus size clothing limited to a very small section in a regular size store, if that store has plus size clothing at all. In addition to the limited selection, what is available is often something more suited to someone in their 60s and seldom trendy, fashionable, or even classic/elegant. Shoe shopping is particularly enjoyable because it's the one article of clothing for which a plus-sized woman isn't pigeonholed into a small section of mostly unattractive items. So much prejudice. Social situations are more challenging. When meeting someone new, there is always a big question mark if they will immediately dislike you for your appearance, and you can never assume they will like or dislike you based on your personality. As a thin person, when I meet someone I can be confident that this person is not going to write me off immediately because I'm fat. That was a big issue for me. I can also say that I place more value on the close friends I made before I lost all the weight because they valued me enough to look past it and appreciate the real me. These are really just a few reasons of many that make being obese uncomfortable. There are so many smaller everyday things as well as huge things like one's health and damage to the body. I hated being fat, but I really didn't realize how bad it was until I experienced thin privilege for myself. I could not ever go back. TLDR, it sucks. It sucks. I don't feel terrible when I'm alone, but fat shaming just sucks. I hate being called a fat girl by strangers, and I hate my friends shaming other fat friends. They don't do it to me. DKY. I'm currently on keto due to health issues, high blood insulin, low blood cholesterol, and hopefully I'll succeed in getting into the healthy BMI range. I'm about 75 kilograms and that's considered really fat in my country. It's not a huge deal. Sometimes you have to be aware that there are lots of things you can't do, or it's hard to do. For example, running or playing sports. A simple thing like this may demand a huge effort. But again, it's a choice. If I don't feel comfortable with that, I have to get my bum to the gym and solve the problem. In opposite of what some people think, the world doesn't owe me anything. So I pretty much have a choice. Either I lose weight and enjoy life to the fullest, or keep being fat and accept my limitations.